Battle of the Tigers quickly became a rout as LSU held Auburn to only 87 rushing yards en route to a 45-10 victory. Was this result a case of LSU being great or Auburn being just bad?
I think it was a combination of the two. LSU, as we've seen, is a heck of a team. One of the best in the nation. I personally think they are the best in the nation.
It's a good case. It's a
they
good
held
team
this Auburn team that prides itself in running the football under 100 yards. And really, we've talked about Auburn this year. Are they impressive? Are they back? Can they keep up last season's performance? What wins have been impressive for Auburn this year? They beat South Carolina with Steven Garcia at quarterback. We saw what happened with him. They beat Florida on their backup quarterback. And Mississippi State, really, we've been overhyped as well. Yeah. Auburn really doesn't have any impressive wins on their resume.
True, and I agree with you. It is a combination of both because I think Auburn is one of the – they definitely had big wins, especially beating Florida the way they did. That was a big win for Auburn. However, LSU – I was looking back over LSU's schedule, and I was really, really impressed when you see the margin of victory they've had over all the different teams they've played this year. The two closest – I know you're loving every minute of this.
I am. Hey, keep talking.
I know, I will. LSU's two smallest margins of victory this year have been 13 points apiece to Oregon and to our own Mississippi State Bulldogs. So I say this is because Jarrett Lee is finally – actually, Jarrett Lee now showing he's a great quarterback and not just someone who's managing the LSU offense.
Yeah. I agree. Well, it was a tale of two halves for Arkansas. After trailing 17-7 at halftime, the Razorbacks scored 22 straight points to hold off Ole Miss 29-24. Does Arkansas have some issues to work out going forward?
Yes, they do. They have an issue with their defense, and they have an issue jumping on their opponents at the beginning of the game. When you look at Arkansas, there's no question that Tyler Wilson and these running backs, Dennis Johnson and Ronnie Wingo, have put together an incredible offense. However, think about Texas A&M. They started out down 35-17 before coming back to win, and then starting out down 17-0 against an Ole Miss team that is arguably the worst team in the SEC. So at this point, that's definitely the biggest problem, is coming out focused and getting an early jump on the teams they're playing.
Every team has issues, but what I can say is impressed by Arkansas. I think they do so well at combining their issues. They know what the issue is. They fix it. They don't wait till the next game to try to improve. They fix that problem while they're actually in the game, which to me led them to a victory. I mean, why wait till the next game to perform and figure out what we're going to do? Arkansas definitely has the talent, and I love the chemistry. No matter what, these teammates are intact with each other. They are focused, and they do what needs to be done to get the job done.
True, but don't you think they struggle at the beginning of the game?
They do.
They haven't had a first quarter lead since the Troy game.
No, it's a bad habit they have right now, but they have an explosive offense to come back every quarter, it seems. When we come back, we'll tell you who has the edge in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. And later, we'll let an expert tell if MSU can make a run in the NCAA basketball tournament.
Welcome back. Georgia and Florida meet for their annual matchup in Jacksonville this weekend. Both teams are coming off bye weeks, but Florida went in a 3-game losing streak while Georgia had a 5-game winning streak. Who has the edge in this game, Allie?
I definitely believe that Georgia does have the edge, but Florida will have their quarterback back that has been missing for 2 games due to a high ankle sprain. And he's been throwing as well as he ever has, they say. And so I do believe Georgia may have it, but I think it'll be a really close game.
See, I disagree with you because Brantley is back now. I like Florida in this game, actually, and I really think that because Brantley's back, it's going to open back up that Florida run game that has struggled the past 2 games with Brantley's ability to keep the defenses honest with the pass. And that Florida run game before Brantley got hurt averaged 259 yards per game. Also, a little fun stat to throw out. Since 1990, Florida 18-3 in this game.
So, Jonathan, are you saying since Brantley's back, more of their spirit is back?
I think so. I think you're going to see this team play with a renewed energy that they haven't had over the past couple of weeks.
But isn't it necessarily so good to be dependent on that one player?
Have you seen the games the past couple of weeks?
When we're talking about John Brantley, I'm talking about the quarterback for the Gators. I mean, Brissett and also Driscoll, young, talented athletes, but you got to realize that Brantley is everything to this team. He is Charlie Weiss's puppet.
Golden boy.
He was his puppet before the season and up until he got injured. So definitely it makes the difference. Absolutely.
It makes a difference, but what about, I mean, don't you have backup quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're playing with freshmen.
Crystal, we do have backup quarterbacks, but you saw what happened. We all saw what happened when Brissett and Driscoll went in there. If Brantley plays against Auburn, there's no way Florida loses to Auburn last couple weeks ago.
No way. I have your word on that.
So you agree with me?
I'm not gonna say I so much agree,
You
but
said you
I
had your
understand where
words,
you
so you
guys
do
coming
agree
from.
with
Though.
me.
I totally understand in a way, but I just feel like the spirit should have just been back. Don't depend on one quarterback. I'm sorry.
Well, when we come back, Barb Carskadon will join us to tell you what to expect from Tyler Russell in his second start, and later we'll tell you if one player really makes all the difference for one of the NFL's worst teams.